Tweet, dang it. Tweet. Alright, we are back with Dread Canaries against the Impossible Storm, and by that I mean against the Iron Storm. No, I'm not going to re-record that. We're just going to go ahead and leave the error in. So, it's Against the Storm by Hooded Horse. Now that Aramite Games has decided to go under the Hooded Horse umbrella, it's by Hooded Horse, and we are playing on an Iron Man mode with custom rules that I came up with. Let's go ahead and throw those rules up on the screen real quick. The big one is that I am playing each difficulty level twice in escalating order, and that if I ever lose, I'm going to have to delete my save file on the recording so you can see me doing it and start over. And when I start over, that does mean I gotta play the tutorial again, because if you don't play the tutorial, then you don't get certain basic features, and you have to struggle through a basic game without them, and that would count. So, those are the stakes. It's just me having to play the tutorial repeatedly. But, last time, we did our second of 2 Prestige 1 towns. We are kind of stalled out because we can't advance on the upgrades menu without getting machinery or artifacts. And machinery and artifacts only spawn from certain map modifiers. So we're not going to be able to really unlock much with this one. And remember, because I like the slower pace, I am going to be splitting each of these Prestige games into 2 videos. It'll be an entire stream, 2 videos. That way I'm not rushing and can deal with things as they come up. And it should be a better time for me and a more effective gameplay. So more time to explain what's going on as well. So let's go ahead and get into it. We'll go here. Looks like there's going to be a lot of food storage. Got to pop this up to Prestige 2. Call ourselves something like Double Saurus. Why not? You know what? We're going to leave... we'll make that an I. There we go. Double Saurius. So we can either have 8 harpies with some food, some parts, wildfire essence. Well, we get that either way. Barrels, logs, coal, and oil. This one doesn't have oil, but it does have grain. It's the amount of parts. And we've got biscuits, which are an advanced food item. You know, I'm going to go with this one, and it's not just because I don't like harpies. It is. It's not just because I don't like harpies. No, really, it actually is. Let's see, and we got 4 points to work with. Now, of course, the herbalist camp could be very useful for food production, but with lizards and humans both needing bricks, I'm going to go with clay, and then that leaves me with 2 points. So I'm thinking we'll also get stone, which is the other thing you can use to make... No. Let's just get a bunch of food. Let's take a bunch of food to make sure we don't have to worry about it, at least not in the first year. As you recall from last time, the first year can be a bit of an issue. Let's take a look at our mysteries. So, Gentle Dawn. Okay. Gain 3 to global resolve for 3 minutes every time you discover a new glade during drizzle. I like that. I like that a lot. That's really cool. Okay. We've got, of course, that, and then starting at hostility level 3. Villagers don't have anything each year. They get 2 stacks. So, okay, hunger is twice as bad during the storm. That's not terrible. Usually, we're okay with food, especially since I brought extra food. Blight Rot is creating more invasive strain. Production buildings now also generates Blight Rot during the storm. Okay. Not terrible. 50% chance to consume double the amount of food. That stacking with this can be bad, because that can burn through our food pretty quick. But we can stop it if we get housing and, of course, services up. Humans and lizards, that means we need religion, ideally, to efficiently provide services. Otherwise, we're looking at, like, bloodthirst or leisure, you know, ale. Let's see, downpour. Yeah, that's the one we just looked at, double food. And an eerie song. 50% chance to consume double the amount of food. That stacking with this can be bad, because that burns through our food pretty quick. But we can stop it if we get housing and, of course, services. Otherwise, we're looking at, like, bloodthirst or leisure, you know, ale. Yeah, that's the one we just looked at, double food. Villagers with this effect have a 5% chance to perish if they don't have services. So services are going to be very important if we get to that hostility level. Of course, we're in the woodlands, so trees give more wood. Prestige means we have 4. And now that we are on prestige level 2, Blight Rot increases its generation rate by 100%, and it corrupts the hearth much faster. So it's going to be very important that we get a blight fighting post up very quickly. Let's put this as a human, just because I do need the extra time. And since we do get that stacking resolve modifier, I think it might be worth it to open up some glades super early. Let's say just wood. Just wood, yeah. And we're going to put 2 woodcutters camps. I think that looks good for woodcutters camps. And what we're going to do is we are going to rush into that glade and hopefully have the resources to deal with it. And then as soon as that's done, I will carve out some more space. Let's go ahead and start time. I'm going to go to a ×2 speed. We'll lay out our starting path around lovely turtle hearth thingy. We'll set up a scavenger's camp, and we want a stonecutter's camp. Let's get our lizards on here immediately, because we're going to need the wood. And we will also need a crude workstation, just to jumpstart our economy. Okay, lizards getting +1 resolve every 70 training gear. That could be really good, because I've got a lot of lizards to start. Gain 2 amber for every 20 sea marrow produced. Requires me to find sea marrow. Could be an issue. And all fuel recipes are 25% faster. I'm going to go with trading grounds. It seems like it's going to be the best overall. It does kind of commit me to getting bloodthirst. Oh, nice. This doesn't require anything to work. Plus we get that nice stacking resolve buff. It does mean that we've got lower food production, but that doesn't hurt me right now because we have so much, like, we have reserve food. I wasn't planning on making food for a while. Copper bars would be good for making tools, parts, barrels. That would all be nice. Oh, cool. Look at all that fertile ground. That's going to be helpful. But I think what we're going to do is, since we need so many points to win, I'm going to actually take this for amber and reputation. Let's go ahead and do that. And let's take a look at our first... No, we're not going to look at buildings until we get our first order in, which might be pretty quick. Let's go ahead and pop open this glade during the drizzle, too. Just so we can stack the duration on that +3 resolve, have it last all the way up until the storm. Which, I mean, that does mean it's going to run out during the storm, but it should help a bit. Discover 4 glades, getting us bricks, planks, and being able to carry 5 more things. That's nice. The fact that I'm already going to get amber basically for free from doing the thing means that this just requires me building a trading post, and we get an advanced food plus parts and tools. And that makes me inclined to get this, because tools are kind of hard to get. Solve any 2 glade events. We're already working on a glade event, plus tools and villagers. I mean, this seems amazing. +1 to cloth is nice. +4 parts is also nice, as is grain supply, honestly. But it requires me to send so many resources out of the village that I don't like the 3 packs modifier if I can get something so easy, especially when I'm already half done. I'm already about to be half done. Whatever. Oh, okay. So we get 3 packs again, but now we have the option of turning in 5 of the tools that we're going to get for completing the other orders to get a bunch of building materials. I love that. That's a huge jump start to our economy. So that's what we're going to do. And right now my entire village is either solving this or chopping trees. Love that. Now, glade events doesn't just have to be dangerous events, right? It can be opening up a toolbox. It can be getting villagers to join you if I find an encampment, which would be lovely. Yeah. I am really loving that we found that farmland. We're going to go clear that out real quick. Oh, more farmland. Nice. And a Small abandoned cache. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our buildings. Well, I know I have lizards, but I feel like I should have... Well, we know we want to produce training gear anyway. Let's go ahead and take the Tinkerer. Alright. And I'm thinking that as much as I love the idea of either of these, the small farm, just so I can get some automatic food going, seems very important, especially given the hunger modifier that's going to stack if we don't cover food later on. Okay. Plantation's amazing. So is the herb garden, honestly. But I think at this point I have to take the brickyard, because I'm going to need a lot of bricks, and bricks are generally harder to get. How you guys coming? Nice. And we have +3 stacking for 4 minutes. Nice. We're out of trees that this guy can cut, so let's actually... We can't finish anything else up this season. Let's go ahead and move him over here. And what we're going to do is just clear out. Yes, I did gender the logging camps as male. I'm assuming that the logging camps are male. Herbalist camps are obviously female, and we'll figure out the other ones as we go. No, I will not be taking questions at this time. Let's go ahead and just clear cut all the way back to here. And that should give us some nice room to expand. The good news is, since most of our negative mysteries don't kick in until hostility 3 or 4, we've got some time to build up our economy. And since this was not dangerous, it just kind of takes a couple of people to work it. We're not losing any villagers, so we're off to a solid economic start. Love that. Yes, this is the one with 2. That's exactly what I wanted, because I want this to be prioritized. I want to clear out all of that so we can get a nice farm here, and then we're going to go down this way. But I'm getting ahead of myself because there's no way we're going to finish all of this before next year, when we're going to want to pop open our next spicy glade. Oh, hey. We got a flaming hot glade right there. That's cool. But that's not the one we're going to go for. We are going to go for this guy. This guy right here. I think I can go up to speed 3. That should be okay. Okay, that's done. And let's see, that goes out to there. I'm trying to think of where I should put my trading post. Remember, I like to build those on the edge of town. Let's move this over to this side. And let's put another lizard in it, and we're going to tell it not to cut this bit, just so we can get very close and then just knock it open as soon as we hit the drizzle. Lizard resolve is low. I'm kind of okay with that. Can't quite fit you. That's how we're going to do that. It's a little closer in than I usually like to put it, but I think it'll work. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the blight fighting post here. And now lizards aren't happy, but if I give them light treatment, that'll help. Good 20 seconds. I don't think they'll quite leave, but you know what? I'm going to swap this for a lizard. Just to make sure. Then we'll swap it back right there. Boom. Nice. Okay. So let's knock open that glade. But let's be very certain that we are knocking open the glade immediately. Okay, so we got harpies. Let's go ahead and disseminate them throughout the camp. You're done. You're full. That's nice. We want to get a brickyard here, I think. I think I've got clay. Yeah, we brought clay in. So this just needs to be making planks for now. Never make bricks. Just don't make bricks. Just make planks. You know what? I don't have any advanced way of making fabrics. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll stick a harpy in there. We'll turn in our first order, which we can then turn in this order. And that gives us a bunch of building materials. Oh, that's beautiful. I love the way that works. We can put in our light post. And you know, I think yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, the existence of the small farm makes the ranch very nice, so I'm actually going to do that. And then I think we should get the carpenter here, just so we can get the second of the 3 building materials going. I mean, the smelter sounds great, but... And I've got the tinkerer for tools. But it does kind of consign me to getting really inefficient planks for the entire game. I am going to get the smelter. Now. Alright. Every 2 burnt blight rot says lowers hostility by 10. Okay, can't sacrifice, but that lets us get lowered hostility from burning blight rot cysts, and they're going to be growing faster. That's huge. Gain 3 to global resolve for 60 seconds when you finish a trade route. Stacks duration. So that we could do in addition to opening glades for like permanent resolve buffs, and then glade working is increased by 30. But it lets us burn less. No. We're going to go with the Baptism of Fire. That sounds amazing. Plus... Oh, now it's 2 minutes out. So we've got 3 villagers running around building stuff. That opened up this glade, which... we can fix with coal. I mean, resin would be better, but... Okay. It takes 5 minutes to work, and we have to finish in 10 minutes. You've got eggs. You've got a resin. We've got 16 resin. What's the % chance on resin? 15. So, 15% basically means it's 1 in every 6. Well, a little less than 1 in every 6, like 1 in every 7. We would need 3 more, so we need to chop down like 21 trees and then deliver it before we could work this item. I don't love using coal for this. I would love to save my coal, but I don't think I can. So, yeah. And let's see. 40 incense. Religion is good for 2 of my species. Crystallized dew and sea marrow. That's useful. But on the other hand, we get a global resolve bonus, which is what I'm going to go for. And while doing that, we can't sacrifice anything in the hearth, which is fine, because it's drizzle. Let's go ahead and knock that out. You are out of stuff to cut. Well, we know how to solve for that, don't we? Let's go ahead and bring you down here. And we are going to cut out... That should last you a while. And that way we can clear out the area around that fertile ground. So we'll have all the infrastructure in place to have 2 big farms. Plus, with the ranch, we should be able to have pretty solid food, at least basic food. We won't have complex food, which... What did we need complex food for? We didn't. We needed services and housing. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Old Farloff is here. Hello. So, you'll sell me a carpenter. Okay. That could be useful. I don't know if I can afford it. So let's check. If I sell you all my resin, plus all of my, like, my 1 tool, because I'm hoping I can make more tools, we need this. Okay. If I'm willing to sell you way too many parts, you'll do it. What if I sold you 100 wood? And then I lowered the number of parts. 13 parts. I think that's 4. That's enough for 4 camps. Which should be enough, at least until I can get some more. If I lower my parts by 1, I do have a clay deposit and a brickyard. Okay, what if I lower this again? Hey! Now we're in business. We are in business! Okay. So we can put a... You know what? I don't ever do this orientation. Let's try it. Let's do that. Okay, this is being worked, right? I've got 1 loose human to make stuff with. We have enough food going on. I think I actually want to start collecting this clay just to get it out of my way. And you know what? Let's fire that harpy. And by fire, I mean let's hire that harpy back. Because, pardon me, that way we can get the planks needed to make this carpenter over here. And that'll get us 2 building materials that we can make fairly efficiently. Open up 2 dangerous glades, get us tools, collect oil and flour. This requires a lot of infrastructure. This just lets me cut down trees, so that's what we're doing. Collect 65 mushrooms and we get a bunch, or make humans happy and we get more humans every year, plus coats production and pie. So mushrooms would require me to, 1, find a way to either grow or collect mushrooms. So I need an herbalist camp or a, like one of those cornerstones that lets you grow mushrooms at a farm. No, this isn't happening. This, however, should be, especially since we get that stacking happiness bonus for opening glades. So I think we can do human happiness relatively easily. We're already at hostility 3. That'll be fine. Harpies are unhappy. Why? Because I am favoring lizards. And mostly it's hostility of the forest. Okay. I think we can... Yeah, I think we're okay. Yeah, because this will finish up, and it's going to give us a bonus to resolve. Yeah. I think we're alright. How you guys coming, by the way? 49 seconds left. Really, good job. And that'll get us Problem Solver, which will get us another thing down here. Yes, I know. But there we go. That's our happiness solved. And that lets us do this, which gets us some planks and some tools. You know what? Let's change this to being a lizard. Impatience doesn't seem to be a problem right now. And I think the bonus resolve will help a lot. Okay, so we've got a carpenter, which means we no longer make planks here. And since, you know what, we're going to fire you. We're going to get rid of all of this. We're going to say not to make anything, and we'll put you back in just so you deliver it. Now we're going to put a second human on collection. And we will put a lizard in here and tell them to make a cap of 10 light fire fuel. I don't want to let him just go hog wild on that because I do have limited wood for now. But we need to get some because Prestige 2, the hearth gets corrupted faster and the hearth starts killing people if you don't burn off the cysts. Yeah, okay. Now everyone's unhappy. So how can I fix that? Well, for one thing, that helps a little bit. That helps more. So let's start there. And see how far that gets us. Meanwhile, our wood cutting's going okay. We've got a decent amount of planks. I think I can... yeah, let's go ahead and delete that. What we want to do is we want to cut down this tree right here. And so since it's the closest to here, it'll go first. And that'll let us put a farm down. And in the meantime, let's do that. There we go. And we are almost all the way through, so let's go ahead and turn that off. Let's actually turn this on. And let's fire all my woodcutters. Maybe not all my woodcutters, but just enough that we can get lizards happy again. Boom. Yes. We're going to move this set over here, and what we're going to tell it to do is just rush its way into this glade so we can get that +3 happiness bonus. In drizzle, but you know, whatever. Actually, is that that's a flaming hot glade too, okay. Let's not do that. Let's focus on getting into this one. And again, we want to do it during drizzle. Let's bring this up here. There we go. Turn that off. And then we want to rehire all our woodcutters. Sure. Let's do this. It has tools. Now, we're going to be getting grain from the farm, so I don't feel I need to get like a grain per minute. Getting 20 amber for every 100 ale produced is amazing if I get a brewery, but I think I'm going to go with the giant vegetables because vegetables are usually inefficient, right? You get, well, now it's 5. It would have been 3 per planting, which is really inefficient, but 5 is much better. Plus, they can eat vegetables without having to process them. And that's always nice. Let's go ahead and kick this harpy out. I forgot they were in there. We've got 3 fuel reserves. That should be good. Let's go ahead and put a harpy here, making just bricks. And we will put a harpy here, making just planks. We need a harvester's camp for all of this plant fiber. And I would really love to start getting some housing down. But I kinda can't, because I don't have any room for it. Which tells me I should open up another woodcutting camp. But first we should put a pair of humans. Where do I get another human? Here. You don't need to be. You can be harpies. Humans have that nice 10% chance of double yields, which is why I want them there. Nearly into that dangerous glade. When's our next set of orders? 2 minutes. Nice. We do need to find a way to make humans happy. If we buff them, that gets us to 23. Plus this gets us to 26, which is not quite enough. Okay, to solve this, we need a bunch of stuff that we don't have. Okay. Packs of trade goods, which I can't make. Fabric I can make, but I don't have the stuff for it. What's it do if I don't do it? Destroys all packs of goods, plus amber and ancient tablets. So you know what? I don't have any of that, so there's no downside to me ignoring it. So we're going to ignore it for now. And we are going to get more people. Because that's going to count as... Oh, well, no, well, we already did that mission. It's okay. It'll get us more people, and more people is good. How are we looking on fuel? We got 6. Let's add a second lizard in here and up this to 20. Because I want to make absolutely certain I don't have any problems with purging fire. Especially since purging fire is going to... Oh, I guess... Huh. I guess we haven't been generating any yet. We will. Let's bring this over here. Finish clearing this area out. Get a couple more orders. I think this is going to be the way to go, because we've already unlocked several fertile fields, and that way I don't have to deal with trying to get trade goods. Plus, I mean, it gives us bonus grain, so we'll be able to use that in the ranch to make more food. Okay, so if we get a forum, I love the forum. But if we get a forum, then we can get pigments, scrolls, and ale production. That's really cool, but I don't think I can bank on getting all the necessary requirements. This requires less. It's going to be hard to do. We need to pick up the bathhouse and something that lets us make cosmetics, plus the prerequisites for making cosmetics, but it should be a lot more viable. So Hilda arrived. Now, what do we need to work this? 2 tools would do it, or 14 cloth, 20 incense, 20 cosmetics. Okay. Well, you have tools, so let's buy 2 tools. I'm willing to sell you all of my grain, because I'm not really using that yet. I'd also be willing to part with my resin, so let's see what else we can get. I mean, the obvious solution is to try to get 19 for the Trapper's Camp. But I don't think we can afford it. Yeah. Okay. There you go. And we can now solve this. Now, incense when you produce roots, that can be really good. Plus coal and 3 ancient tablets. Versus amber and reputation. Now, the reputation is nice. It would get us another building. And the amber is always good. But I feel like there's a lot of orders that involve ancient tablets. And getting free incense can only be good for our economy. So that's what we're going to tell them to do. We're going to get 2 harpies. We're going to say to get that. Especially since 2 out of the 3 races that we have here really like religion. Stonecutter's camp doesn't have anything to stone cut. I think we got it all. So we are going to move the building out of the way. Get rid of the harpies. And we will put 3 lizards in here. We want to smelt. That's not correct. Jeez. We want a smelter. And we want a tinkerer. We already have everything we need for the tinkerer. And the smelter just needs bricks. Cool. That should be fine. Should be good. So from here, Forsaken Altar might be a thing. I don't want to use the Forsaken Altar. You've got to sacrifice villagers. But more importantly, you've got to sacrifice Citadel upgrade resources. Which, admittedly, I have some, but I don't. I really want to save them to actually buy upgrades, because we are going to have a tight economy on that, and it's important that I get all the upgrades I can as fast as possible. We've got all of these queued up or built. We don't have a rain collector yet. I probably should get one. And then we should think about housing, but also we should think about a ranch. So let's go ahead and put 2 harpies on getting these plant fibers. And I think I can move this closer into the tree line. And with that closer into the tree line, let's start thinking about some housing. So I've only got 3 humans. Huh. I guess my city is mostly lizards. I don't have lizard housing yet, though, so I guess what we're going to do is not build that there. We're going to put that here and put a shelter there. Of course, getting housing will let me put in decorations, which will let us get a resolve bonus, make our villagers a little happier. Should be good. Okay, you are out of trees to cut. How are we looking on space? You're pretty much at the edge of what you can usefully do in that direction. We need another dangerous glade, but I don't really want to open up one of the flaming hot glades. I want to stick to the spicies for now. So that's a spicy glade. Let's go ahead and go this way. We're just going to clear cut this whole area. feeling very cramped in the amount of space that my current glade has, and I would like to spread out a bit. So we are going to do that. Plus, in the meantime, let's go ahead and neaten up our home territory. Just going to make a nice row along that way. And that way, if I need to open up these glades for a nice happiness boost, we'll be able to. These glades over here. Not that we'll need to right now. How are we looking on fuel? We got 13, solid. How are we looking on wood? We got 116, that's also solid. I will be able to fire my... What do you need? You need cloth? You probably need cloth, yeah. We will put a human in here, making fabric. Okay. Now. Get out. Out. That should help a lot with the storm hostility. Plus the building of the houses will keep my people nice and warm. Let's see, what if I did this? Move that down a bit. We put in a shelter like so, and then a shelter here. So 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 9 gets us to 16 housing, which is just enough for everybody in the village, assuming we have the building materials. Our harpies are pretty sad right now. Could sacrifice coal. I don't want to sacrifice coal because I want to be able to use that for late events if I need to. Speaking of, that's just about done. Off. We're okay. We're out of wood. It doesn't matter because we're into the next year. Alright, so lizards. Cool. Cornerstone. Newly discovered resource nodes of 10 more charges. That gets us a lot of stuff that we can harvest. That's pretty good. Global production is faster, but trading's unavailable. No. Every 5 villagers with need for education, only harpies. So we're going with rich glades. And we will go with that. Some more housing. And let's put a little flower bed right here. Should work. I'm thinking this year we don't bother with a dangerous glade yet. I think I want to work on getting my people up to speed. So let's go ahead and actually start imposing some limits, though. We'll say max of 100 pottery, not that I'm making any yet, 100 fabric, 100 bricks, 100 planks. We'll say 50 tools. That'll work. We have a lot of food going on. I think this could actually be 2 harpies. Building materials are looking pretty great. We have 0 tools, that's fine. We do want to get 2 lizards somewhere. So let's make this woodcutter's camp be humans. And the reason we want that to be humans is because this is a meat building, which means lizards are more efficient with it. And we're going to tell them to make leather out of plant fiber. And then we're going to use grain for eggs and meat. And then we're going to tell these guys, hey, when you're making your fabric, make it out of leather. And the reason we want to do that is we can turn 2 plant fiber into 4 leather. So instead of using, you know, so this 6 plant fiber would become 12 leather. So just by having that extra step, we can basically get a 50% increase in production in cloth, which is pretty good. Pretty good. See, now I feel like we have enough space that we can actually breathe a little bit. Let's go ahead and make a second farm. Whoop. In case you missed that, that was a whoop. By now you should all know about my whoop. Okay. I'm thinking another human house. Right there looks good. And we will run a whoop. Nope. We want a road going this way. Just straight into the patch. I'm feeling a signpost. With a little bit of a fence. You guys have 20, that's great. Collecting food. Food is way down. Way down. How you doing? You're doing fine. We do need packs of crops, and I've been forgetting about that, so let's put in a makeshift post to make those packs of crops. Fulfill their needs. Okay, I love that, because that means that we get to keep the incense in the village and experience the benefits. It does mean that we are going to have to get a religion-based service building, but it should be okay. Plus we need a bathhouse. Maybe that won't be okay. I don't know. We'll see. We will see. 20 packs of crops. So let's say we want 20 packs of crops, and we want those 20 packs of crops to just be grain. Hey, buddy. Okay, you're willing to sell... Okay. Yes. I don't think I need fabric. I do think that clay could be really good. So this would be our ideal. But what would I be willing to sell him? Well, for one thing, I'd be willing to sell him all of my resin. For another thing, I don't actually need the clay. So let's... No, you know what? Let's go ahead and... Oh, we've still got 47 clay. I don't need the clay. I definitely don't need the clay. Let's go ahead and get some parts, though, if we can. Maybe I can sell him, like, 20 bricks? That almost does it. What that's going to let us do is it's going to let us make flour. Right? Yeah, flour. Ideally, I want to put it here. And since I don't need flour just yet... See, the thing about flour is we've got a smelter, right? And the smelter can make biscuits out of flour. So, flour's good. Flour will let us make a complex food, which will make my people a little bit happier. Now we're in the storm, and once again, we're going to fire all of my woodcutters. Because we need to get a lower hostility of the forest. Down to hostility 2, that's pretty good. And how are we looking at housing? 23 out of 8. So this is 12, plus 3 is 15, 18, and 6 is 24. So once we have one more human, this will be like completely set up. Which means we should be looking at a second hearth. But the question is where to put it. Here. That works. Put that there. In the meantime, however, we do want to make my people a little happier. So what if... nice, comforting wall. That raises the level of our hearth, which is how we got that suddenly jump of +2 to resolve for our harpies. Harvester's Camp has no deposits nearby, but I'm sure I saw more over here. Turn that off. Actually, favor our lizards instead. And that should get us the rest of the way through the storm. Yes. Yes, it does. Nice. Turn that off, and we're good. Okay. So, let's see. Scouts work 10% faster on Glade events for every firekeeper assigned to a hearth. We're about to make our second hearth. That seems really useful. So we're going to go with the prayer book. Let's assign our 3 humans back onto the woodcutter's camp. And then, of course, and indeed, we got a nice straight line there. And we're going to go ahead and aim for opening up both of those glades this year. What do we have for people? Two sets of humans working farms. We should have a lot of vegetables coming in. And I think I can pack up some of our grain for crops. Hey, that gives us access to clay again. Nice. Let's go ahead and move these guys over this way. Because what we want to do there is build our second hearth. There's not really a convenient place to put this, but that's all right. I'm gonna go like that. And getting our humans into all human housing should help. Okay, if I favor them, we can get into a 24. Which isn't quite enough. Good, that looks good. Building materials are solid. I decided I don't like this fence. I don't actually like that either. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a wall crossing here. And change that into a wall. You know what? Let's go ahead and put the rain mill. We can't. I was going to put it here, but there's a tree in the way. That's okay. It's a sad village that lacks beavers. I just like the wall crossing is lopsided. What? What are you talking about? Closer in case you're just tuning in, chat showed up and finally started contributing, and they're lamenting the lack of beaver, which, I mean, honestly I am too, but quietly. Let's go ahead and put a Okay, and once again, everybody goes on the unemployment. You know, I might not actually need that much unemployment. Let's go ahead and keep... Yeah. Final order is going to be level 3 with 2 settlements in trade routes. So that's just going to be my previous settlement and the city. But my other option is packs of trade goods, which I don't have any way of making. So I guess this is what we're doing. And we should definitely put a lizard in here. And we should put a third lizard in here and up this to 30. Okay, favoring the harpies doesn't quite do it. I can't sacrifice anything because I took that one that lowers hostility for burning cysts. So that's kind of as low as we can get hostility for now, which means I might lose some harpies. Nope, we caught up. We caught up to our cyst. 2 squares south of the corner, 1 square east of the corner. Oh, that this part's lopsided. Yes, well... When I would sign that up, I hadn't built this yet. So now that we have that, 1, 2. We can put that like there, and that means I can complete this section of wall. Nice. We've almost got those packs of crops. And these pitiful cardinal directions are referring to the angle you were at the time you made it. Yeah, they are. Yes. Thank you. That's true. The game does not have an in-game compass, so I do always refer to this direction as north, this direction is south, this direction is east, and this direction is west, all based off of the central hearth, or as Chad has decided to start calling it, the Dragirdle, because apparently this looks like a dragon turtle. I can kind of see it. Dragon turtles, by the way, very fun monster to use in Dungeons & Dragons. No one ever expects them. All houses have 1 more housing spot for every 10 completed. Nope, that screws up my planning. All buildings cost 40% less, but every discovered node has fewer charges. That's offset by the plus 10 charges that we found earlier. But as I said at the very beginning, if you were paying attention, we need artifacts and we need machinery in order to progress up the Citadel upgrade chart. So we're going to go with extraction tools and try to solve as many glades as we can. I do have to repopulate my wood choppers. Hey, there we go. Fire these 2 guys. We don't need them anymore. I mean, we'll need provisions eventually, but for now we're kind of having food issues, so not right now. Herbs and grain, or herbs, meat, and insects. This seems like it balances my population a bit better. Okay, brawling and education. So that brawling is good for lizards and harpies. Education is just good for harpies. But brawling does have that benefit where we took the benefit earlier of bonus lizard resolve if we start making training goods, training gear. So that could be good. We don't need the kiln. The temple gives religion, and we have a standing order that requires us to get religion. Plus it has education for the harpies. So I'm actually going to go with the temple. I don't like it as much, but I don't have the building slots to spare to take the Explorer's Lodge that I like better. So we're going to get a temple. And now that we're getting a temple, it means that it really makes sense for me to finish upgrading the decorations on my first area. So I am feeling some lizard posts. I always love my lizard posts. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm thinking that we'll surround the lizard posts with decorative fungus. Define the difference between a dragon turtle and a turtle. So I don't know what a turtle is in Dungeons & Dragons. I do know that in 3rd edition, a dragon turtle was a specific monster. It was a huge, gargantuan-sized monster, so it took up a 4x4 square grid. It had a steam breath weapon and a swim speed, and it had both the... I think it was a dragon type. I think it was what it counted as far as like favorite enemies go. Stop favoring harpies. There we go. 2 dangerous glades. So we can turn this in for tools, stone, and insects. Great. Fantastic. Love that. And then let's see. The Harmony Spirit Altar. We can solve it with resin. That's wonderful. And if the villagers' needs are met, harmony is fostered. Each unique service building adds 2 to global resolve. Versus food, fuel, and fabric. Yeah, 100% we're converting this. It's going to take 4 minutes. And resolve drops faster when it's negative. So we want to get this done so fast. We do not want this happening in the storm. A turtle is a playable race of turtles. Yeah, that's definitely not something I encountered in 3rd edition. Oh, we get -5 to global resolve and 1 impatience point, but that's if we don't work it. And we are working it immediately. Also, brick oven lets us make incense for our religion, and more importantly, very efficient pie. And whenever possible, you want very efficient pie. Yes, I want very efficient pie. Thank you. Let's see, how are we doing on everything else? I don't have anything with which to make tools. We could make training gear. Start pumping up that lizard resolve. And we could make flour. Where do I have humans? Okay. This counts as a farming building. So by putting a human in here, we get that sweet, sweet chance of bonus production. And I do want to set a cap on flour. Say 100 flour. Everything else looks good. Hello, Vliss. I don't see Vliss very often. It's always nice. Okay. Time spent resting is reduced when under the effect of clothing. I don't have any way of making clothing, so no. Bonus plank production. That's very efficient. I don't think I'm going to do it. I'm going to keep my copper ore because I've got a smelter. 5th edition. Yeah. I don't... As you're aware, chat, I prefer Pathfinder 2nd edition over D&D 5. So I'm not super familiar with 5, especially 5's expanded universe stuff. Let's see. Oh, we do need incense. We're going to need a lot of incense. And we do need to fulfill religion 70 times. So let's see if we can get all this incense. Getting tools could be useful. So could getting cosmetics, honestly, but I think I don't want to do that. I think I just want to get the incense if I can. I do want to keep my copper intact. I'm not using a whole lot of fabric for anything, so I'm willing to sell 42 of it. There's just something about that number. I think 20 bricks, 10 planks, maybe? You know, I can make tools, even if I haven't been. Let's do that. And then let's not sell this many bricks. There we go. Excellent. Ooh, another one of these. You know what? I think I'm going to go for amber this time. And I think what I can do is just briefly... I'm not burning anything, am I? I am! Oh, geez, let's stop that. I think I can hammer out 2 quests at once if I do this. Let's wait until humans get very resolute. Actually, let's wait until this gets solved, because when this gets solved, right, it's going to give us that bonus to resolve, which will offset... Do I not have any grain? You're using all my grain. That's okay. And you are out of wood to chop. Well, let's go ahead and move you over here. I'm going to start clearing out some more space around my secondary hearth. A lot of space. And we will move you here. There we go. Okay. That should stabilize us. We got another building. Of course, forum. I think I need the leather worker here, because we rebuilt a brick oven, right? I can get flour from the mill, and so this is really just giving me packs of provisions, which would be good, but I don't think that that's where we're at now. Leisure and education, like this forum, would be really nice. It just straight up would be really nice. Though all we're getting is leisure, because the education part doesn't matter. We've already can cover education through the temple. But I want the leather worker just so I can get that third efficient type of building material going. And we will go ahead and build a leather worker. Here. This town looks so weird. Ah, we are out of clay deposits. Are there other clay deposits anywhere? I don't think so. Yeah, we don't have any more clay deposits, so we will banish this here and take these guys out. That is out of stuff to collect, so let's move it a little bit back. And is there anything over in this area I need to clear out? No. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and shift it a little bit back and work on those roots. Remember, roots are giving us bonus incense, and now that the humans have religion, favoring them will get us the rest of the way. And it will make our harpies unhappy, but they can deal for just a couple minutes. So now we're going to get 30 units of pie, and we'll get 2 more humans per year. Balances that out nicely. And you know, we should probably... Where can I get some bonus lizards? You can be humans. So that you can be lizards. And we are just going to make copper bars. We are going to put some harpies in here. We're not going to make water... I mean, we could make water skins. We're getting lots of leather. No. It uses oil or meat. We're not doing that. Again, we do want to make all of our fabric out of leather, just because it's more efficient. We don't want luxury goods. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And what that's going to let us do is turn this off and actually fire both of you. So I can delete this building. Building cannot be destroyed. Why not? Is it infested? It's infested. That would be why. Now, of course, religion is making both our humans and our lizards super happy, which is why they're both in the blue. And you know what? I think that's going to do it for this episode of Against the Iron Storm. So let me go ahead and just take a pretty quick picture. Of our town center. And bring that back. So, if you're watching this on YouTube, remember, you can catch me live on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern and Friday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. And at this point, we're just doing it until I finish one town on Prestige. We're currently at Prestige 2. So you can come see it live. You can give suggestions, ask questions. Maybe I'll name towns after you. It's a good time, and I love having you here. Otherwise, if you're just making it this far into the video, I mean, even that's an accomplishment. I know these things are kind of long, so I appreciate all the time you spend with me. Feel free to smash that like button. Hit subscribe if you could. Boost those numbers. Get the algorithm to, recognize me. And just a reminder, this game is currently in early access on Epic. I believe there's a demo out on Steam now, and they've said they're going to release the full game on Steam sometime this quarter. So feel free to be on the lookout for that. And hey, I've been the Dread Canary, and I hope to see you in the next one.